Okay, I think I'm streaming. Let me do the audio check as per usual. Alright, I can hear myself. Is it working?
I can hear myself.
Okay,
Is it
alright,
it's
I
gonna
can hear
repeat
myself.
unless I pause.
Okay, there you go. There we go, that's good. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Awesome. Welcome to the end of March. Not like that's anything to celebrate. We already celebrated all the things. But in a couple of days, we're going to get to celebrate April Fool's Day, which is a pretty good day for magicians. So, alright, I haven't really gotten started yet. Haven't even put on cheating gloves. So, let's get that started right now. Actually, let me hit enter on this. And then. Okay, alright. Now cheating gloves. Alright. I don't remember when I got this, but it is getting very, very low. So let's use it up. Don't worry, I have backups just in case I need it. I have this many backups. So we're good. They're not completely unused, but mostly unused. I'm surprised at how quote unquote quickly I went through this, I guess, over. And considering I'm the only person that uses it. So, alright. I didn't really have an agenda today, so we're just going to kind of do whatevs. There is one boss trick I should probably attend to, so hopefully I do okay with it, but otherwise, that's it. I'll wait for more people to get here before I talk about some of my other news related to my other projects. But anyway, so I'm tired. My kid went to a birthday party today. She went to one of her school friends' fourth birthday party. So that was fun. It was busy. We went to one of those kid playground, like indoor playgrounds. So normally there would be admission, but since we were there as part of the birthday party, it was covered by the birthday party. So, but the kids could run around, and there were like entire play places indoors, and there was like a sand table. There was like tiles where you step on them and it changes color. There was like a VR wall like next to a ball pit, so you could throw balls at the wall to hit like the digital fish or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't our first time there, but it was my second time there. So all right, let's grab some cards. Twitch deck. Here we go. Excellent. Still waiting for this cheating gloves to settle in. And all right, actually, while I'm here, oh yeah, let me do this first. Let me see here. Boom, boom, and then wait a second. My StreamerSonglist bot is not connected. Settings, basic, connected. How about now? Okay, there we go. Something was off. Just had to. All right. Okay, there we go. Let's pin manually at the end of stream. Okay. All right. Cool. And then let me see here. You know what? Let me get this out of the way. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? How you doing today? Charlie has made it for my warm-up attempt to do a boss trick. I've kind of failed this trick the last few times on stream. At least I wasn't happy with it, so. Anyway, let's see here. Alright. Okay, here's hoping I just get it today, right? Okay. Boss. Alright. GipsonLens. Welcome in, Bert. How's it going? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Oh yeah, let me do Gibson eyes, because then I'll feel left out. And actually, I can also do this. Gibson eyes. There we go. Hi Num. Hi Bert. Oh wait, this is not Gibson eyes. I'm sorry. That's Gibson eyes. There we go. Ta-da! Man, it's so cool to have that. All right. Okay. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm warming up with a boss trick. So, shh. If I mess this up, it's okay. Oh, wait. I have to start off. All right. To whom it may concern, these four jokers have a vendetta against me and don't want to be successfully performed. All right, that's true. Word of warning: did not place these jokers back to back. All right. Well, let's get right down to it. So we have four blue-backed jokers. Yep. Okay. There we go. But the note says don't put them back to back. So obviously the first thing I want to do is put them back to back. So here we go, putting them back to back. Boom, boom, boom. And now look, it's going to change into be red. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and place that off to the side. Okay. Here we go. Second one, back to back. Boom. Look at that. Amazing. And so, okay, we'll place that off to the side. Okay, so we've got two cards left. They are the two jokers, but what I want to do is I want to do a controlled experiment. And let's place them face to face. Here we go, face to face. Anything happen? Nope, okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and place them back to back. All right, anything happen? Yes, yes, there we go. Actually, so now I don't know what to do with all red-backed jokers. Well, actually, the thing I should do is place them back to back, right? There we go. Blue, blue, and blue, and jokers. And that, my friends, I will call a successful performance of my boss trick that has haunted me for the last few streams. So I'm glad we're just gonna get that out of the way now. Okay. Whew. Full disclosure, I didn't practice it. Probably should have, but I felt like I had it like the last couple of times, but it was not the best. So no worries, we got it. We got there. It's also funny because it's like one of the more, I would say, more requested tricks just because it is like music. So thank you kindly for the claps, Bert. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend. A wonderful week. So I have not been up to too much empirically, but let's see. I've been spending some time playing more Vampire Survivor. That's been a strong contender for some of my time, which, by the way, I did not realize it was not just a game about killing stuff. I found a map, and then I was like, what? So it almost feels like an RPG lore, even though I am killing stuff. It's surprisingly cathartic to just, even though you have to start over every time you finish like a run, but like you're killing tons of zombies and bats and like evil mystical things. And then today I opened, spoiler by the way, I unlocked an adventure mode. you can't get adventure mode unless you're playing a ton of hours because you have to unlock this level that then gets you access to this item that will then unlock adventure mode. And I'm like, what? Just like, so anyway, I love Vampire Survivor. Sydney, a.k.a. Coco, welcome in. How's it going, Sydney? Good evening to you as well. So it looks like you're in Michigan. I am in New York State, upstate. A lot of people say that where I am would be considered Western New York, but other people consider upstate like the very specific narrow piece of New York. Great here, thanks. All right, awesome. Anyway, no, we haven't missed much. I literally just did one trick, so. But anyway, the queue is open. If anybody wants to request any magic, you're welcome to. There's a couple of things that I wanted to do on stream. First thing is I wanted to open up a brand new deck, i.e., I haven't used it on stream, but um, I wanted to unbox it so that you guys can see what it's like if you are interested. All right, so here we go. First things first, you guys knew that I had these skinny decks, the air deck, and I had the red one and the blue one. So these were opened. They're not new. But I have this other one that I'd been kind of saving for a rainy day. It is also an air deck, but it is a different design. This is a different design on the back. So this is red, this is blue, and then this. So I've never opened this before. So we're going to be opening it right now. If I can find the little tab to pull. Here we are. Unraveling. And I'm going to go ahead and open this. And this is what a brand new air deck looks like. Never been used before. Here it is in new deck order. Oh my god, those fan really well, surprisingly. Here's two jokers. Actually, do these jokers look like those jokers? Or do they look different? Hold on. Now I have to verify. And these ones I've dropped a few times on the ground, so they're a little dirty. I could like rinse them. No, the jokers look different. What? Okay, that's cool. Actually, wait, I have three jokers here. How is that? Oh no, no, this one's a jack. I'm an idiot. All right, okay. All right, so these are the two jokers from this. These are the two jokers from that. All right, there we go. Let's see here. So, but actually, while I have uh, all of these decks out, I want to try something. Actually, I'm gonna hop up here just to set up, but we're gonna do something maybe ridiculous, maybe that I shouldn't do because you know I do I do tricks that I shouldn't do. But okay, let me find maybe all the kings. Let's see. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? How has everybody's March treated them? It is near the end of March, so my March was all right. There were some ups and downs, but you know that's how it goes. Being both a parent and having to do your taxes and a lot of other shenanigans. Having an unpredictable government. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I guess I meant to, but all right. I also put up a YouTube video, which was I don't normally make a political statement, but one of my latest YouTube video performances. It was. I hesitate to say exactly that it was like a political statement, but it's basically a political statement. Taxes done over here. All right, that's great news, Bert. Yeah, my taxes were done kind of at the beginning of March, but like they were painful to do, and I'm just like, ah. So like most other countries in the world, they basically just have, okay, we know how much you made. They send you to a portal that's the official government portal and say, all right, this is how much you paid. Just confirm. And you really just have like, it's like a page of like signatures and just checking and verification and like a checkbox that says, I need to correct something. And then that's it. Your taxes are done. Like 5, 10 minutes tops, like for most other countries. And I'm just like, why does it have to be so complicated here? All right. But anyway, if anybody wants to see, so I did a trick, and I think I did it on stream like a few weeks ago, but copy link address. But this is the one that I thought was potentially a political like statement. But anyway, GipsonLens says they pretty much know how much we owe over here too. Yeah, yeah, they do know, and they just don't. So here's the thing that bothers me about the American tax system, and it's that we have an entire industry that is around tax preparation. And if we were to make it too easy, that entire industry goes away. And I'm just like, but for the government, it would be easier. For consumers, it would be easier. It would just eliminate this one slice of industrial business. I'm just like, oh, come on. Come on. All right. All right. Let's see here. We're going to try and do this trick, but with skinny cards. All right. Okay, guys. So we have 4 red cards, 4 blue cards, and they are all kings as you had just seen. But here's what we want to do. Uh, I want to show you that they're all in the same order. So in this case, it goes hearts, spades, diamonds, and clubs. Let's see. We're going to need a suit selected. So if anybody wants to choose a suit, feel free to just type it in chat. If you don't want to, that's okay. I will randomly select one in a minute if nobody selects one. In the interim, tonight I'm drinking Earl Grey tea. Unfortunately, it's not hot. It's, I would say, lukewarm. But yeah, that's what I'm having tonight. All right, so I think I have a D4. So if it's a 1, well, you go hearts. 2 will be spades. 3 will be diamonds. 4 will be clubs. So D4. If I don't have a D4, yes, all right, 4. So it will be clubs. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place the club in the 3rd position from the top if they were to be flipped over that way. Okay. And we will go ahead and flip over each packet. So here's our red packet. Here's our blue packet. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick it over to the opposite side. And so King of Clubs. Here we go. There it is. King of Clubs. Man, the skinny card's really tough to handle. But look, I guess you can't easily see that. King of Clubs has kicked itself over. And over here, this is the blue back. But look, now, there we go. And look, the King of Clubs has kicked itself over here. I guess that's the one drawback about these. There's not much of an image. You just have to see like the index, and the card is like super skinny. Okay. Anyway, so here's what we can do. We can go ahead and correct it. Let's go ahead and put these back to where they're supposed to go. Okay. And just to show you that All the red cards are over here. All of the blue cards are over here. Okay, but look, now we're just going to go ahead and snap and send the king of clubs over to the other side. And now they have swapped places because look, if I show you in the red pile, whoops, there we go. As I said, really hard, really hard to, and then over here, hey, welcome in, E-Room, how's it going? Thanks for the bang. We're in the middle of a trick called Traveling Man, but with skinny cards. And actually, I'll show you a new skinny deck in a second because you just opened it earlier. Hi, E-Room. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. How was your weekend? How was your week? But anyway, so yeah, here is our red. We have a red king over here, and if I show you, it is our selected king of clubs. King of clubs, and king of clubs, and all of the other kings. There we go, guys. Alright, so skinny cards. Skinny plastic cards. If I was any better, I have to be twins, lol. Thank you kindly for the clap, E-Room. Alright, yeah, so I pulled out my open air decks. So and I pulled out my blue one and my red one, which I already had open. So here's the red one, here's the blue one. But the one that I opened up earlier is another air deck, and it is this design. Same thing, but the back design is this. And we notice that the jokers look different. So here we go. This is what the back design of this one looks like. And then here's what all the faces look basically the same. But here's what the two jokers look like. But I was so impressed with how well this fanned. Check that out. I can basically read all of those. Like, I was like impressed. Actually, let me see if I can turn them over. Yeah. Oh man, this actually works better than I thought it would, considering they're super skinny. Okay, first shuffle with these. Here we go. Not bad. That's pretty good. See if I can bridge without shooting them everywhere. Oh, all right, got it. Oh, okay, all right. That was not a good bridge. Yeah. It's all right. We'll take it. All right, one more for the road. Oh, that one was perfect. All right. Okay, I'm gonna stop there before I mess it up. All right. Anyway, queue's open if anybody wants to request any magic. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna be putzing around. Let's see. All right. So, one of the things that I wanted to show everybody was that I purchased a magic book. I don't normally purchase magic books, but I was super excited about this one. So, for anybody who does not know, one of my favorite sleights is known as a false count. So as you can imagine, it's basically like counting a number of cards and either showing a different number of cards, or counting cards and you are hiding cards, or counting cards and you're using it to deceive, like with something else. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the cover of this book because I love the name. It is called Counthosaurus, and so it's a handbook of false counts and displays. And it is out of print. I had my trouble actually finding a copy, and one of my magic friends said he could loan it to me. But then I'm like, wait, if it's out of print, and because I love this kind of sleight, so I'm like, all right, let me just buy the book. I found a copy that was kind of expensive. I think MSRP for like the places that sold this when it was in stock was like $30. And I found one on eBay for 80, and I'm like, do I want to pay 80? And I said no. And I looked around some more, and I found a copy on Amazon that was 40, and I'm like, okay, I can buy this for 40. This seems okay. It is a used copy, but I was like, oh, all right. Sydney says, getting ready to sleep here, but watching until I nod off. All right, Sydney, thank you so much for hopefully my voice is like a nice, deep, soothing voice so that you can fall asleep to. So that's my hope. I'll try not to be too loud until you inevitably, when you pass out, I'm sure I will get loud, and I'm sorry ahead of time if I wake you up. But yeah, I'll just flip over to one of my. This is my favorite sleight right here. It is called the Elmsley count. So, yep. Okay, good. I didn't reveal how to do it, mostly because there's there's more stuff on following pages, but there's some pictures. So obviously I know how to do that one, but there's I think like 80 different sleights and slash or displays and slash or moves that I can learn in here. I mean, I've gone through like the first handful and I kind of already know them. I just didn't know there was a name. So Sydney says, it's been a long day. Thank you. Let's see. E-Room says, oh, scandalous shuffling. Roughly cut skinny card decks into two roughly equal files. Bridge shuffle two files together. Long side one file into the long side of the other pile. Wait. E-Room, are you saying that I have to... Hold on. E-Room, are you saying that I have to shuffle them not like this, but like this? Is that basically what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, E-Room? Because I can hardly even bend them like this way. Yes, E. Oh my God, E-Room. Oh, you're killing me. But okay, all right, we're gonna try it. It seems okay. Cut skinny card deck into two roughly equal piles. Bridge shuffle. All right, okay. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna level this up for you because you know what, E-Room, you're such a dedicated viewer and you're a dedicated scandal maker. We're gonna try this with two different colors. All right. Okay. So actually, I'm not sure if I can do it directly like this, not without like pinching the corner. So I mean, like I don't even have enough room to like bend them like this. Um, so let's see. Maybe cut this into roughly equal bridge shuffle. All right. Okay. So all right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try and Pharaoh shuffle these. Wait. Why is this deck thicker than this one? They should be exactly the same. Wait. Oh, it's because there's some cards left in the box. Okay, alright. Now these should be the same. Oh my god. Alright, E-Room. This is for you. Okay. But I have to try and do it long side to long side. Okay. So, alright. Here, we're just gonna set this up. Okay, all red, all blue. Okay. Okay, I'm going to attempt to shuffle. If this does not work, I might have to do the corner thing, but we can give this a good old college try. By full disclosure, I've not been in college for over, oh my god, has it been over like 18 years? Holy crap. It's been a hot minute. Okay, alright. Wow, these do not Pharaoh that well. And if I do this, that's not really, because then I'd be going, oh my god, E-Room, come on. Come on. I don't even think I can get them to mesh, because they're made out of plastic. They're not even like paper cards. They weren't even cut. So like, one way wouldn't be good into the other anyway. Alright. Hold on. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to try and mesh them together, basically. The long way. This is so difficult. E-Room, why are you... Well, to be fair, I made it more difficult for myself. I guess I can't blame E-Room for that. E-Room, I don't blame you for making it harder. That's on me. I can't even push them together. That's how difficult this is. They're surprisingly kind of solid. I did get a couple mixed up in there. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see if I can do it with just the corners. Let's try the corners. Eroom says, I blame Lucky Girl. Lol. FYI, Eroom was promoting your channel in his stream tonight, so you should see at least one new. Oh, thank you so much for promoting Eroom. I did see somebody new followed. Was it Suga Lini? Because that was the person who followed me 2 hours ago. I'm like, who would follow me? I haven't. I only stream once a week. Who would even know? But anyway, thank you so much, Eroom. Greatly appreciate it. uh, okay, all right. I think I could do the corner thing. I can get there with this. This seems doable. Okay, hold on. Yes, Suga. All right, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, let me see if I can just do this like the normal way that I would expect to be able to do this. All right, so yeah, I can totally do this when not the hard way. But anyway, okay, so let me spin these out. Okay, okay. Hard way, hard mode. Okay. All right. All right, E-room. Okay, here we go. Oh, could I just do it like could I just like cheat? Okay, I can. All right, all right. Hold on, hold on. We have a method now. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Why am I doing this? E-room, if I didn't love you, platonically, I wouldn't do this. But yeah, she's a streamer from New York City. Oh, awesome, cool. Well, thank you so much for letting Sugo Lini know. Oh, so that means she's a streamer, right? So that means I should follow. All right, let me follow. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, this is working surprisingly not as horrible as I thought it should. Okay, all right. Well, it's actually going to be hard to separate them at this point. So they're pretty. Okay, all right. Let's go. Let's go again. I'm glutton for punishment. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I think that's probably as best as I could do. But I think this hopefully satisfies the long side. I won't be able to bridge it though because there's no way to like bend it in that fashion. So I basically can only push them together. Ugh. All right. You know what, E-room? I'm gonna give you your points back today. If you get me a follower, that totally deserves a free scandalous shuffle. It's the least I can do. Thanks, E-room. Okay, here's what it looks like now. Oh, hold on. That can probably spread a little bit better. All right. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's a huge chunk of red right here, though. I guess we did do it a few times, and so it could undo parts of it, but I thought this was going to be more annoying to separate. This is actually not that bad if I do it this way. All right. Okay. So right. Very nice. I was wondering, now that we have the skinny cards out, do you guys think I could do the coin matrix with skinny cards? Would that be doable? Only one way to find out. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Coin matrix. All right. Okay. Okay, there's a chance I will reveal the secrets of magic using skinny cards. All right. Those cards look super difficult to handle. Yes, absolutely. They are very difficult to handle. If you're used to handling regular playing cards and then you're given this is kind of like it's like up a couple of levels to be able to handle because not only are they skinny, there's less surface area. They're made out of plastic, so extra slippery. The only thing that might one up them, and if you guys haven't seen this, I'll pull this out right now. And the one good thing about these is these are still rectangular, so they're kind of still in a similar shape. So, but the one thing that is super different about this other deck that I'm going to show you is that the shape is crazy. Yeah, they're made of plastic. These cards, these are the triangle cards. If you haven't seen me use these are crazy because these are not even in the same shape. So you can't even like grip things the same way. So doing sleights with this is a little bit insane. Almost impossible for people who are not I mean, I've practiced with them a little bit. So never seen them before? Yeah, yeah, right. I know. Okay, hold on. We're going to do this first. I'll pull this back out in a minute. Okay, so first things first. We've got 4 coins. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, guys. This is not going to look good, I don't think. All right, but here we... Wait, hold on. Can we even completely cover one? Barely. I may have to cover this, like, very, very tightly. So, hold on. Okay, that's very doable. That's very doable. Okay. Did that show up on camera? Oh my god, okay. This is going to be so tight. All right, the margin for error is like almost zero. Okay, all right. All right, guys, let's give this a try. You guys have seen me do the coin matrix many times, but never with super skinny cards. And so, here we go. This is going to be our attempt. Okay? Okay. All right. So, first order of business is we are going to try and just line everything up like so. Okay, we're going to make the coins teleport from corner to corner. Watch, it happens pretty quick. So 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This one goes up there. 1, 2, 3. Man, I can't even like do the grippy thing. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. Okay, not as happy as I'd like it to be, but I think not impossible. I think with some work that could look okay. All right. Okay. So now that begs the question: could I do it with the triangle cards? I think this would arguably be easier with the triangle cards. Anyway, oh yeah, so the triangle cards look like this. They have indexes in the the 3 corners. And all right, here we go. All right, okay. A little bit weird, but since this is mostly a coin trick and not so much like a card trick, like this is a lot more manageable. The only reason why the skinny cards made it tough is because they barely cover a coin. All right, guys. So I'm gonna make this one jump from here up to here. Ooh, I like the fact that I can point with them. So I'm gonna make this one go from here up here, and then this last one, boom. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'd say that was a lot easier. And I can point. That's nice. Okay. Whew. I don't know if anybody's done the coin matrix with triangle cards. So certainly not skinny cards. I don't know if anybody would try it. Yeah, I think it might be easier if I use smaller coins, but the point of using big coins is that so people can see them because it's close-up magic, so you're supposed to be able to make them visible. All right. Okay. If you guys have been sitting around for a while and you haven't hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Besides the new magic book, I did get a bunch of other decks of cards which I consider quote unquote crappy. Oops. And so, let me see how well I can use crappy decks. Not saying that the skinny or the triangle cards were crappy, but those are actually at least good quality. But the cards I'm going to pull out now are very crappy. Oh wait, did I put them in a different box? Oh, I already took them out. I'm dumb. Okay, alright. let me see if I can do a trick with one of these right now. Hold on, I'm checking on the thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Mark Rides, welcome in. How's it going? Actually, I'll do Mark Rides' request first, and then I will try this new one with the crappy deck. But I won't be able to do this trick with the crappy deck. So, welcome in, Mark Rides. How's it going? How you doing? Hopefully you had a good weekend or a good week. Good. Mark Rides says, "How are you?" I'm doing pretty well for the most part. It's near the end of March, so there was a lot of harrowing things in March, such as crazy weather changes, time travel where we lose an hour, doing my taxes, that kind of thing. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to open the deck yet. All right, okay, here we go. March Madness, right? Or March Madness basketball. Are you referring to basketball or are you referring to general March Madness? Okay. All right, so here I have a deck. This is the invisible deck. I'm going to go ahead and send the deck. Oh, both, I guess. Okay. I'm not huge into basketball, but at least I know that March Madness is basketball and it happens in March. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send this deck to you through the internet pipes. Whoa, definitely March Madness here in Indianapolis, says eRoom. All right. Okay. So anyway, Mark Rides, go ahead and when you get the deck, it'll be invisible, but when you get it, pull out the whole deck, pull out all the cards, fan them out, find one that you like, pull it out, turn it face down, stick it back into the deck, close it up, put it back in the box, and then send it back to me. Let me know when that has come back. MSU lost tonight. Dang it all. My sympathies, Sydney. I've been told that I'm not allowed at people's Super Bowl games anymore because I always cheered for overtime, and then that pissed them off one year. Long story. 1 second, says Mark Rides. So I myself have been enjoying my new computer. So right now, if you guys didn't know, I'm streaming on a different computer than I was like a few weeks ago. I think this is my second or third stream. Okay, what do you do? All right. So you have the invisible deck traveled to you. Pull it out, take all of the cards, look at it, take one card out, make sure you remember it, turn it face down, put it back into the pack, close up the deck, put it back in the invisible box, and then send it back to me. And that is and then I won't break away once the deck comes back. But the one good thing that I've been able to dispense with the new equipment is that I don't have to run a Ethernet cable. Sending it back. Ooh, here we go. Oh, I got it. All right. This fastest teleportation ever. Okay. So at this point, um, I'm not going to break away from the screen. And all right. So Mark Rides, go ahead and tell me which card it was that you turned face down. And I'll show you that there was only one card in the deck that was facing that way. But yeah, it has saved me entire minutes because I don't have to run an Ethernet cable from my router all the way down to my laptop because now the wireless is so good. Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs. Okay, so Queen of Clubs. All right, first things first. I'm going to take out the deck and then I'm going to fan through it. And then there should hopefully be one card that is facing in the opposite direction. Okay. All right. Here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but there is one card facing in the opposite direction. One card. All right. So would it not be amazing if this was indeed the Queen of Clubs? That, my friends, is the invisible deck. I sometimes wonder, it's like, am I going to mess this one up? I think I've messed up the invisible deck once on stream. I felt embarrassed, but I was like, okay, nobody will notice. Most people don't rewatch the stream as far as I think. Which is kind of strange, because maybe that's not a true statement, because I think maybe there are people who rewatch the stream, because I noticed that after the VOD goes up, there's a bunch of watches. So I don't know if it's just like people who are here that are like, I need to see that trick again. Or if they're just people who can't make my schedule and they're just like, oh, okay, I can watch Nam's VOD now. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Sydney, E-Room. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. All right. And so that was the invisible deck. Okay. All right. Okay, I have a deck that a trick that I'm going to try with a crappy deck. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. Um, okay. All right. Umbrella, that was good, but one mishap. I sent you back red-backed cards. What? Mark rides! Okay, so I don't know if you knew, but traveling through the internet pipe, sometimes it, like, corrupts some bits, and so the color is a little bit different. They might have been red when you put them in, but then when they came out on my side, they were blue. Okay, all right, here we go. Crappy deck trick time. All right, so here we go. We've got a bunch of cards. Hold on. We've got a bunch of. Oh, that's not good. All right, here we go. We have a bunch of cards. All right, so here's what we're gonna do to select a card. I'm gonna go ahead and cut somewhere. You guys tell me if it's somewhere okay. So like if I cut here, it won't be this card. We'll use the card that we cut to. Okay, so if we cut to a different spot, it'll be that card. So Sydney says, all you magician streamers impress me so much. Really, it's really nice to see everything you do. Oh, thank you so much, Sydney. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to cut here. All right, and so if we did one less, it would have been that. Hold on. So I'm going to cut here. All right, if it was one less, it would be this. Okay. Otherwise, we'll use that one. Okay, so that's kind of the plan. All right. So, and now we'll use that one. Okay. So it was one less, it would be this. Okay. All right. So you guys okay with this? Or no? Let me know. I'll accept the first answer in chat. Also having some more tea. Okay, here. All right, excellent. So I'm gonna go ahead and reveal this card. Okay, I'm gonna turn my head and reveal. Remember this card. Hopefully you can see it. Okay. Okay, opening my eyes, turning my head back. Okay, got it? All right, Sydney's got it. All right, excellent. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and lose it. So at this point, your card could be, well, I mean, it's obviously somewhere in the middle. So I don't know what it is, but perhaps we can do something interesting and make your card appear. Okay, so look, I'm going to go ahead and snap. And if you guys seen my other trick, when I snap, that card is going to jump up to the top of the deck, I believe, right? So here we go. Okay, go ahead and tell me what your card was. It's okay to tell me. The camera won't break away. 9 of hearts. Okay. Would you not be impressed if this is the 9 of hearts? Yes, there we go. Okay. But look, if I put the 9 of hearts clearly on the bottom, there's BB the goat. Welcome in Raiders. How's it going? BB's goats are clowning through. BB's goats are clowning through. Well, welcome in Raiders. How's it going? We are in the middle of a trick right now, and then I'll formally introduce myself in a second. Alright, so anyway, what if... I know Eroom and Sydney were here for the card selection, but what if I told you that now every card is your selection? Because look, if I show you now... Whoops. Guys! This, as I said, this deck is crappy. There we go. Alright, okay, here we go. Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? BB the Goat, hi. How do you do? I don't know if we've crossed paths, but welcome in. I can see some friends. First of all, let me give you a follow. What were you doing? What do you do? Music or games? I would guess music, just based on who else is coming in. But welcome in, Chip. Welcome in. It's Akina again. Is that a reference to Initial D? Because I'm a huge fan of Initial D. Goomba 1618. I think I've seen Goomba around. Kevin's Cafe Live. Welcome in, Kevin's Cafe Live. And let's see, BB the Goat. Welcome in, BB the Goat again. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, we do a little bit of everything, but today we did art. Oh, excellent. I did very little art the last couple of streams. I'm mostly a... Oh, by the way. Hi, my name is Nam. I am a sleight of hand card magician, and I mostly do card tricks on stream. And actually, if you guys are familiar with StreamerSonglist, I have a StreamerSonglist pinned, but there's no music in it. It's all tricks. So if you want to request anything, you're welcome to. You may not know what names of tricks are, but feel free. BB the Goat, would you like me to do something for your community, or do you want to select one? That's up to you. We'll show you the art that I had done. So one of my mods, I also mod for him, but he has this emote called Gibson Eyes, and so we recently drew this on a card. And so, yeah, and so that's that emote that I just put in chat right now. But actually, if it looks suspicious all of a sudden, it's because it's over my face. But actually, we can just make it change really quick. And I don't know if you can tell, it's now a different emote. It's actually the Gibson sus eyes now. I know, super weird, right? So that's the extent of art that I do for the most part. But anyway, I guess you can consider magic a form of art, right? Ooh, cool, says, yeah. All right, so, okay, let's, you know what, let's do a standard trick, and then if there's any requests, feel free. But anyway, all right, so first things first, we have a deck. This is actually a deck that I got at TwitchCon because I put on an interactive workshop when it was in Vegas, and they had a bunch of these decks made. So I took a few of these home with me, but it's basically a normal deck of cards, except a bunch of them are signed. You might recognize a bunch of names if you hang around the Twitchiverse. But let's have a card selected. It doesn't really matter that I know what it is, so here, we'll just go ahead and select this one. Oh, I see, Charlie. If you have earphones, turn them down. What? Okay, so here we go. So it is the King of Spades. So now, chat, we are now connected to the King of Spades. I'm going to go ahead and place the King of Spades here into the middle, right? But if I snap, we're actually going to make the King of Spades jump back up to the top. And you can tell it's the same one because it's been signed. But look, we just got the power. We don't want to waste it. I'm going to go ahead and grab it and take it and place it in the middle of the deck, okay? Like this. Oh, because Charlie's Beach requested revolver will be a loud bang, right? But look, the King of Spades has jumped back up to the top. Once again, we'll go ahead and put it into the middle of the deck. Importantly, we haven't snapped yet, and so if we take a look at the top, that's some other card. But if I snap, that will make the King of Spades jump all the way up to, whoops, the top. There you go. Some people believe that magicians do sneaky things, and to that I would say yes, you're right. But here, we'll leave this sticking out. Some people think that I'll swap out the card, but I haven't swapped it out because if you take a look, this is the same signed King of Spades. If I take it and put it in the middle of this packet, take it and put it in the middle of this packet, importantly, it's not on the top. Importantly, it's not on the bottom, not until we snap. And that has brought it back up to the top. All right, excellent. And now I see a request from Charlie, so we can get ready to perform that one. Thank you kindly for the emotes, everybody. The Night Angel, oh sorry, the Night Angel. I was trying to read it phonetically. I'm like, wait, the Night Angel, and then it's a kin again. All right, and so now I understand. Okay, so at first I thought it was like an Akina reference, and I'm like, oh, Mount Akina from Initial D. Anyway, one's in chat if you understand the Initial D reference. Otherwise, it's a kin again. All right. Thank you kindly for the emotes, and thank you kindly for the Gibson Scream chip, and the thank you kindly for the claps, Goomba. I have childlike awe right now. Ooh, okay, all right, excellent. Actually, so you know what? Let's do one more quick one before we get into Revolver. Revolver would take a minute, but okay. So, but these are like the two that I would show people if I met them in real life. So for anybody who actually met me in real life when I went to TwitchCon Vegas, I basically ran around and did a ton of tricks for people like all week, all weekend. So all right. So here we just have four cards. We have the four kings. I want to do something interesting with the four kings. So what I want to do is I want to turn them all face up, but only one card at a time. But I'm not allowed to just turn them like that because that's how normal people would do it. So I have to do it in a much more magical way. And so if I hold the packet and give it a magical twist. Now, these cards are amazing for twisting because the back design is like made for it. But that will turn up the King of Hearts. Don't break your gaze after this for a second, though, because look, King of Hearts. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give this another magical twist. The King of Hearts will turn itself face down, and the King of Clubs will turn itself face up. I know, it's super weird, but look. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And now the King of Diamonds, if we give it another magical twist, turn itself face up. I know, it's super weird. Okay, we've got one more king to turn face up. I think it's the King of Spades, right? But here's the weird part. I think the King of Spades, because it was used for magic in the last trick, it doesn't have any more magical power, or MP. There's no more MP. So look, if I give it a magical twist, it's still face down, right? Even if we give it two magical twists, some people are like, yo, 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 you just gave it three cumulative magical twists. And to that I would say, you can do basic math, Einstein. All right. Actually, so here's a fun thing, and actually this will demonstrate. So if anybody is on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen. Let's see if we can give the pack enough magic so that it can turn up the King of Spades. So yeah, so for anybody who's clicking for the first time, we have a heat map mechanism. So when you click direct, Anonymous, thank you so much for the gift sub. Greatly appreciate it. So yeah, so oftentimes when I have somebody like pick a card or vote or something, you can click on the heat map, and the heat map should show directly on the screen. So thanks to the 4 of you who are clicking around right now. Oh, and also if you guys didn't know, thank you, Mark Rides, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Holy crap. So if you guys, okay, I'm gonna wait for the emotes. Hold on, my hands are up here. And for you guys who didn't know, when we have a hype train, I try and just do as much magic as fast as possible. So, alright, okay, here we go. Boom, was that enough magic? Look, the King of Spades face up. Amazing, alright, cool. So, alright, now I've got to do some magic. Okay, really fast. Let's see. Okay, so, look, we have the 4 kings. Let me introduce you to the 4 kings. We have the King of Diamonds, the King of Clubs, the King of Hearts, and then the King of Spades. I'm going to leave the King of Spades down here, and the other 3 kings I'll go ahead and place out like this. I'm going to try and collect all the kings into the same place by the end of the trick, and so that is the plan. And so look, what we have here are, I'm just going to go ahead and place a few other cards onto the king, a few other cards onto this other king, a few other cards onto this king, and a few other cards onto this last king over here. Okay, now we're going to square up, and all we have to do now is, look, if I snap my fingers over, actually let me clear these heat maps first. Delicious. Okay, so look, I'm going to go ahead and snap over these 2 piles. Now that king is going to jump from here down to here, because look, if I show you, we don't have any kings over here. We knew that the King of Spades was here because that was the one that we started with, and we have a couple other cards, but then we have the King of Hearts. So now I'm going to go ahead and snap these 2, and actually that king is going to jump from here down here, because now if I show you over here, there's actually no kings in this pile either. And if I show you down here, we had the King of Spades, that's some other card. We knew that the King of Hearts hopped down earlier, but now here's the King of Clubs. And now for the last pile, and now if we go through this pile, look, we have the King of Diamonds, King of Clubs, King of Hearts, King of Spades, and actually, for those of you who may suspect some sleight of hand, you're correct, because, you know, this is a sleight of hand stream. But I'm going to go ahead and place the King of Spades here into this pile. And if you suspect anything, if you were here, you could put your hand on top of this pile. And I'm going to go ahead and try and pull it through your hand, if your hand was here. So 1, 2, I don't know if you can tell, 3. And now we have, actually, if you take a look at my hand, we have the King of Diamonds, King of Clubs, the King of Hearts, but also the King of Spades. And if we take a look in this pile, there's no kings at all. And that, my friends, was one trick. Alright, hype train's still going, so we're going to have to do some more tricks. I just realized that my chat has frozen, but I'm going to go back, I'll read everything in a little bit. Okay, so now these kings, because they've all gathered because they had a plan. They had a plan. Oh my god, thank you so much for all the gift subs. Malhaku, thank you so much for all the gift subs. Holy crap. Guys, thank you so much. Alright, I have to continue doing as much magic as fast as possible during the hype train. So, okay, once again, look, oh actually, I'll wait for the emotes to clear, because otherwise this won't seem as impressive. Okay, alright, hands, okay, cool. So, okay, so look, we have all the kings have gathered together, and all the kings are actually gathering together to do a heist. They're going to be stealing things from the bank. And so the ringleader here is the King of Diamonds, okay? And so the King of Diamonds is going to be the ringleader of all of the other kings, and all of these other kings are going to be told where in the bank to go to try and steal stuff. So here, the ringleader tells this one, hey, go ahead and steal money from the cash registers. He's going to tell this one, okay, everybody, take everybody's stuff from all the safety deposit boxes. This one, go ahead and take all the money out of the vault. And we're going to crack that thing open. And then finally, the last king, the ringleader, is going to remain on top and will actually be the one to be the lookout for the feds. And so they're now in the bank. However, by the end of this, the King of Diamonds does happen to see, hey, the feds are coming. But look, they are able to coordinate and get out because look, they've all gotten up on top of the roof, and here's the King of Diamonds. We knew he was there, but everybody else has been able to jump up to the roof as well, and now they can get away in their helicopter. And that was, is the hype train still going? Oh my god, I still have 3 minutes to go. Okay, all right. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, first things first, we have, I have these 4 kings. I want to do something interesting with these. So here's what I want to do. I have, if I'm going to demonstrate with one, so I'm going to hold the packet and shake it, and after I shake it, one of the kings should turn face up. Okay, so that's the plan. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and shake this, and now one of the kings, in this case, the King of Clubs, has turned face up. Okay, but now you can see that everything is still face down. But now if I hold the packet, give it a shake, another king will turn itself face up. In this case, it is the King of Hearts. And then, of course, you can see that everything's face down. But actually, if I hold the packet and give it a shake, one of the kings will turn face up because there it is. And then we've got one more. So once again, everything is face down. But if I hold the packet, give it a shake, that will turn over the last king, the King of Diamonds. Now there's another thing that I can do with this particular trick, because so that's what you do if you wanted to use 1, 2, 3, 4 kings and then shake them in a funny way to turn them all face over. But here's the interesting thing. I just want to show you this deck now because there's currently no cards that are face up or anything. But if I go ahead and I cut the kings into the middle of this packet, into the deck, and I hold the deck and I vigorously shake it, same technique, except we can actually flip everything, all of those kings over. And you know they're the same ones because they're all signed. After this, I'm going to have to go through, thank everybody for everything, and then I know we might have to have, let me see if, and we'll go through some stuff. So, but we have at least 50 seconds left. Okay, so let's see. I have, let's pick a card that contrasts these so you guys can tell them apart. The 10 of Diamonds. All right, so here we go. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and leave the 10 of Diamonds over here. And then we've got the other cards over here. All the kings are over here. But actually, here's what I want to do. We're just going to go ahead and do a 1, 2, 3 hop. I don't know if you could tell, but look. Now all 4 of those kings are just 1, and then if you spread over here, that 1 card is now all 4. And actually, this is the 10 of Diamonds. And over here is all 4 kings. And now we've got 2 seconds left, and I think we're done. Thank you so much for the hype train, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, I even got an emote. Hold on. Red card emote. All right. Thank you so much for the support and for all of the gift subs and everything, everybody. So let's go through. All right, hold on. I'm going to hop back up to this view just for a second. Oh, man. Okay, so let's see. Malhuku, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs, and also welcome in. Mark Rides, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then Anonymous Gifter, thank you so much for the 1 gift sub. Thank you. And then thank you for all the new follows. Kevin's Cafe Live and the BB the Goat. And thank you once again to the BB the Goat for the raid as well. So. And then let me catch up in chat because for a portion of that, I was not even scrolling with chat. So I was like, okay. I remember seeing the Night Angel saying, I have childlike awe right now. Okay, cool, I was there. All right, need mana potion. Oh, okay, excellent. That was in reference to adding MP to the packet. Thank you. Thank you for all those heat maps, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, so if anybody's curious, that's like just the heat map extension, and like wherever anybody clicks. So it's helpful when I like spread the deck and it's like go ahead and pick a card, so somebody could conceivably pick a card. The only limitation is like if you're on mobile, it doesn't work. So I'm sorry if you're on mobile, but um, Charlie's. Oh, Mark writes, "It's quick tricks you said." Yeah. So for if anybody didn't know, every time we have a hype train here, I try and do as many magic tricks as fast as possible. So that was just like kind of as many as I can come up with doing it that quickly. Um, thank you so much for the follow, Night Angel. Also, if anybody liked that music, so the music that I used was actually an original from my mod GipsonLens. So um, definitely check them out. Let me give them a shout out for the moment. So if you guys aren't following GipsonLens and you liked that song, that is a GipsonLens original. So um, let's see. Double Tribble gets a gift sub from Mark Rides. Excellent. And that was a great four king trick. I mean, there was a bunch of great four king tricks. So we also like dad jokes here. um, let's see. And thanks again for the gift subs, everybody. Um, Obi-Wan. Oh, Obi-Wan got a gift sub from Malhoku. Thank you. And welcome in, Obi-Wan. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Um, what emote we get? Thank you kindly for the claps. Double Tribble, Malhoku, BB the Goat. It's a kin again. And yay, thanks to Goomba for bringing us here. Yay! All right, thank you, Goomba. Let's see, don't come often, but he's great, right? Thank you so much for the kind words. All right, cool. So, um, anyway, so thank you so much for everyone being here. If you're still here, great. If you guys have to hop off, I totally understand. If you guys ever want to catch me, because I don't stream that often, but I do have a YouTube channel, and I have over 300 magic performances on my YouTube channel. So if you miss me on Twitch, you can watch a bunch of videos over there. So, um, all right, cool. So there's that, and then, all right, now we have some requests in the queue. So you should add a joker to your four king trick so people can say that that was a great four king joke. I'll see if I can weave that in. We'll take it under advisement. Okay, all right. So now this next trick, it is it's the revolver fully loaded version. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. And let's see here. Okay, all right. Okay. And all right, so this next trick, so there is a trick called revolver, which is not mine, but this trick is based on it. And when I first saw it, I was like, revolvers have 6 bullet chambers, but it only used 4 cards. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fix that. So now this version is the one with 6 cards. All right, guys. So here we have the ace of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, the 3 of diamonds, the 4 of diamonds, the 5 of diamonds, and the 6 of diamonds. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to simulate shooting our gun. So if you guys, and what's going to happen is the card that bullet, so in this case the ace represents the first bullet, will turn itself face down. But usually we like to wait. So I also have sound alerts here. So this is where some of the warnings for people, if anybody wanted to cover their ears or turn down the volume, it will sound. So you're going to get your finger gun ready, and then we're going to shoot the first bullet out of the revolver. Wow, that was impeccable timing, E-Room. Thank you so much for that. So look, here we have our 5 of diamonds, right? But our 4 of diamonds, our 3, our 2, and our 6. But look, now our ace has turned itself face down. I know, that's super weird, right? Super weird. Okay, all right. But now we need to shoot our second bullet. So now I'm going to get my finger gun ready and just try and shoot the second one. Bang! All right, good one, E-Room. Thank you. So here we have our 5, 4, 3, 6, and there's our 2 face down. And you'll notice that the ace has turned itself face back up. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and shoot our third bullet. Ready? Finger guns, and bang. All right. Thank you, Iram. Thank you so much. Okay, so look, we have our 5 and 4, and here's our 6. There's our ace. There's our 2, but now the 3 has turned itself face down. Okay, so now we need to shoot our fourth one. Finger guns. Oh, Mark Rides, thank you so much for that draw. It's a quick draw right there. Okay, so here we've got our 5, our 2, ace, 6, and there must be our 4 because here's our 3. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and fire off our fifth one. So finger guns, here we go. Let's cock it. Oh, Rusty Panda says ding. Oh, that was the cock, right? And now I should probably clear that. So it goes bang. All right, there we go. Lol. All right, okay, cool. So here we have our 6 A's, 2, 3, 4, and here's our 5. That's face down. Oh my God, we're transporting things. What are we transporting now? Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. So now we have one more. We need to fire off the last bullet, and here we go. Suga Linny, welcome in, and thank you for the follow earlier. I saw that you. Thanks for the bang, Eroom. You know, it's not every time that you can get a good bang from Eroom, but every time he does it here on stream, it's always good. Okay. All right. What? Says the Rusty Panda. All right, so here we have the 4, the 3, the 2, the ace. There's our 6, and here's our 5. Okay. All right, but anyway, so here I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the 6 over, and let's put these back in order. So here's the other question I would ask. If I was to ask you what color do you think the backs are, what color would you say? I think if anybody's paying attention, you would probably say that they're all red, right? So here, red, 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 red. Okay, but I see that Eroom said red and Night Angel said red, but Sugalini said blue. And you know what, Sugalini? Somebody that has followed me without being here, and then you come in and chat later, you are magical. Because look, so here's the thing: you might have seen red because you thought that all the bullets hit and blood is red, right? But if I show you, everybody's perfectly safe. Everybody still has their blue uniforms on, and so if we go ahead and just look through all of these, actually every single card is blue. And that, my friends, is Revolver Fully Loaded. It's a little bit long. Thank you kindly for the applause, Eroom. Thank you kindly for the... Sugalini is a plant. No, Sugalini is not a plant. Yeah, everybody that you see here, nobody is a plant. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Sugalini, Charlie's Beats, the Rusty Panda, Eroom, Goomba, BB the Goat, Eroom Lol, and Double Triple. Thank you so much. Yeah, so anyway, the original version of that trick is a little bit shorter. I feel like that's a little bit long, but I'm like, I have to do the 6 bullet chamber version. So there we go. That is Revolver Fully Loaded. All right, next up we have a request from Mark Rides. And so this trick actually is, thank you Mark Rides for the request, is kind of instrumental because Mark Rides inspired me to put it on my trick list, because this was like an original trick that I came up with a while ago, but I wasn't sure if I should put it on my list. And then I think I did it once on stream, and then Mark Ride specifically requested it later, and I'm like, oh, it's not on the list. I guess there's no reason why I shouldn't put it on the list. So I put it on the list. So, but if anybody is curious, This is a trick that is themed Fantastic Four because it is based on the Marvel Fantastic Four. So this one's also a little bit long, but if you guys are a huge fan of Fantastic Four, you'll love this. Let's see. So the Rusty Panda says, "Accept me, but according to my contract, I'm not supposed to say anything." Ope. All right, excellent. Okay, so anyway, I have a packet of cards. I don't want you to think of this as a packet of cards. This is a spaceship, not just any spaceship. It is the spaceship that is carrying four specific individuals: Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. For those of you who know the lore, they are each individually known as they're themselves, but they will be known as the Fantastic Four. So, but this spaceship goes through an anomaly, and then all of a sudden they get strange powers, and it's like, whoa! Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going? Hi, Chan. How's it going? And so each one of these cards is going to represent a different Fantastic Four member. And so here, the Two of Clubs. The Two of Clubs is going to represent Reed Richards, who will become known as Mr. Fantastic. And the power that Mr. Fantastic gets is that he's going to be able to stretch himself. And so, look, if I just grab the bottom of him and I hold the top of him in place, I don't know if you can see, but we can actually begin to stretch him. And he'll become stretched as much longer than a typical, in this case, card, but even in his power as in a human form, he can stretch himself. And after a while, he can get pretty good at like holding his shape, right? And so he can hold his shape just for a little bit, but not for too long. And so uh, what's going to happen is he has to jump back into form. Okay. So that's Mr. Fantastic. Uh, Next up, we have Sue Storm, who's going to be represented by the Queen of Hearts. Now, the Queen of Hearts, Sue Storm, she has as in her name, she will become invisible. The thing is, I can't tell her when to become invisible because she's got an attitude. She's a little sassy, and so I'd be like, "Hey, Sue Storm, go invisible right now." But no, she won't listen to me. So I mean, she will turn invisible whenever she wants, and I can't tell her. So anyway, like right there. See, I don't know if you can tell, but look, Sue Storm is now invisible. I don't know if you can kind of see her. Um, she also ends up getting the ability to put up force fields and things. But now if I tell her, "Hey, come back, Sue," she's still exploring her power. She's still running around all invisible and stuff. So, but she will come back at some point because I have no idea when she will. But there she is. Next up, we have Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm is going to become known as the Thing, and he's going to get the power of super strength at the cost of his beauty. I don't know how he looked as a human, but if you've seen the Thing, he has very rocky, scaly skin. And so here's the thing: if we had any Joe Schmo, they would have no strength at all. Like if I told them, "Hey, go ahead and hold the phone," this Joe Schmo could not hold the phone at all. However, the Thing has no problem. It'd be like, "Yo, Ben, can you hold the phone?" He could hold the phone, no problem at all. This is a heavy phone. I have a Pixel 6 if anybody wants to look up the specs. And so that is Ben Grimm, known as the Thing. And then finally, we have Johnny Storm, going to be represented by the Seven of Spades. Now, he has the power to light himself on fire, and so he'll say, "Flame on!" and he'll become a bright, fiery version of himself. I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually a red Seven of Spades. Because he's on fire, right? So, but anyway, at some point he can't be on fire the entire time. You know, he's gonna run out of oxygen or go too high up in the atmosphere or whatever. And so, flame off. And I don't know if you can see, but he's gonna become a very smoky version of himself. Um, so yeah, if you take a look at this, very smoky version of himself. And so yeah. So anyway, they all make it back to Earth, and of course, Reed Richards says, all right, well, we have our powers. We can't just let them go to waste. Let's do something good with them. And so they decide to become the Fantastic Four. And there we go. That is my Fantastic Four trick. The other thing that really bothers me about that is that there's other magic tricks called like the Fantabulous Four, or sometimes called the Fantastic Four. But they're like the four of the same card, and they do the same thing. And I'm like, that's not the Fantastic Four. So I was like, okay, I had to make this version. I'm like, okay, this is now my version of the Fantastic Four. So, but yeah, that is thank you, Kevin's Cafe Live for the mind blown. Thank you so much for the claps. Hold on, let me scroll up here. Thank you, Kylie, for the claps. The Rusty Panda, Chan the Magic Man, Sugalini, BB the Goat, Goomba, Night Angel, Double Tribble. Thanks for the mind blown. And then, I see Mark Wright's trying to request something. Let me maximum. All right, all right. Thank you kindly for the claps. BB the Goat, Malhaku, FF Style, says Mark Rides for Fantastic Four. When I saw that first, I was like, Final Fantasy, because I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy. But BB the Goat's lurking. Thank you for the lurk. Definitely need to sleep, but it's so hard to leave. It's so amazing. Well, thank you so much for bringing your community over here, BB the Goat. Thank you so much. And yeah, definitely get good sleep. And once again, if anybody wants to see more of me, I'm not around because I only have a stream schedule where I stream once a week on Sunday nights. But I do have a YouTube channel. So I have over 300 Magic performances on my YouTube channel, and all my VODs end up getting put over there too. So if anybody wants to catch up, there you go. I've done over 130 Magic streams on Twitch. So let's see. Goomba says, "I love the Johnny effect. What's really amazing? Oh, that's really amazing. Yeah, the Johnny Storm. Yeah, so I used to. So long story. And of course, I used to change the Seven of Spades to the Seven of Hearts because obviously it was very tough to come around a fiery red version of the Seven of Spades. But now I have everything, so now it is perfect. So, um, stay up. We usually end before 1 a.m. It's only an hour. Oh yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I usually try and end stream around like 12, between 12:30 and 12, and like 1 because I also have work tomorrow. If anybody has been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. All right. So, hold on. Let me. I have to reset this trick because otherwise, if I don't do it right, I will embarrass myself the next time I try and do this trick and mess it up. So, hang on. Boom, boom. Okay, there we go. Okay, next up we have a request for a trick call. Guys, we have a request for maximum penetration. The trick, the card trick. There's a card trick called maximum penetration. I'm not making this up. This is the truth. This is how it is, guys. It's uh, yeah. The first time I was like, do I want to put something on my trick list? And it's called maximum penetration, and I'm just like, I have to disclaim it every time. It's fine, whatever. We had some good laughs. So okay, all right. Also, I hope I don't mess this up. I don't remember if I remember all of the pieces to doing this, but we're gonna do it anyway. And if I reveal the secrets of magic on stream, so be it. Okay, all right. Let's see. The Rusty Panda says, "I'm gonna poof now." All right. Thank you so much for hopping in, the Rusty Panda. Good to see you. Have a great night as well. Um, let's see. Actually, before let's I'm going to give a shout out to BB the Goat again for it. Thank you so much for the raid, bringing the community over. Also, guys, you're not following our friend and mod, the Rusty Panda. Please give the Rusty Panda a follow. does music, does actually the Rusty Panda mods for basically all of, no all of the magicians that we know of on Twitch. So uh, here, let me just drop in Magic Twitch in there. If anybody wants to see, there's at least a few other people. Actually, one of which is Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man is also a magician, and if you give Chan a follow, normally Chan does Magic Mondays. So give him a follow, catch him tomorrow. And then once again, if you're also not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, a.k.a. Bert, also if you like the Hype Train music earlier, definitely give GipsonLens a follow. Also, GipsonLens recently released an album, so his first album. All right, there we go. So, all right, okay. First things first. Okay, so this trick is called maximum penetration. It's the trick. Maximum penetration, the card trick, the card trick. All right, first things first. I want to show you the card box. And so here the card box is empty. There's nothing in there except for air, basically. But yeah, so that's the first thing. Next up, I would like to show you that we have a couple of jokers here. There's one, here's two jokers. So I'm going to go ahead and leave these jokers over here. And then over here, we have the ace 2 and the 3 of clubs. All right, actually, I'm going to put the box over here. Oh, we met a new magician last week on Tuesday. Oh, okay, but I forgot the name. Oh, all right, okay. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and grab the ace, and we're going to go ahead and place the ace actually in between the two jokers. So, and here's what we're going to do. So here's the ace in between the two jokers. And however, we're just going to go ahead and show you how the ace can penetrate between the two jokers. I don't know if you can tell, but look. That ace has just penetrated between the two jokers. Okay. All right. Next up, we have the 2, and we're going to go ahead and place the 2 in between these two. And so you can clearly see that the 2 is in between both jokers. Okay. But once again, we're just going to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and snap. And that 2 is going to go ahead and penetrate between those two jokers. Okay. So now we have, let's see here. So here's our 3. And our 3, we're going to go ahead and place into the box. And we still have our jokers over here. Oh wait, is the 2 Sue or Reed? Oh, okay. Normally the 2 of spades is Reed Richards. So yeah, I haven't switched this trick over to basically be using the same 4 cards. That's probably what I should do if I was going to do the Fantastic Four version. But now that 3 is going to penetrate through the box. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a card that has gone through the box. There we go. Now these two jokers, this part is going to penetrate reality, because I'm going to squish those 2 cards together to become... Oh, I thought we were doing FF style? Oh, sorry. We were. I did not theme this as final, as a Fantastic Four. My mistake. I apologize. All right. I owe you a Fantastic Four version of this, Mark writes. Sorry. But now this has become 1 card, and that 1 card is actually not a Joker. It's actually the 4. And now some people are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I bet you that the Joker is in the box. And to that I would say, all right, well, there's some things that magicians can't hide. And for everything else, there's MasterCard. No, sorry, this is not a MasterCard ad. I apologize. No, there is a card in here, but this is the part that's going to penetrate your mind because a lot of people believe that this is a Joker, but no, this is, here we go. This is actually a 5 of clubs. And there we go. And that, my friends, is maximum penetration. The card trick, but just done as a normal thing. So actually, yeah, there was a way for me to theme this as a Fantastic Four thing, but I forgot. I did not do it. Sorry. My apologies, Mark Rides. All right. Let's see. You see, Chan has requested a trick for Chicago opener. Thanks for the request, Chan. And then let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-room, chip, double dribble, double triple, double triple. I want to say double triple because that's what, but then it's like, wait, double tribble. So there's two things that tribble could be, which I think it's the Star Trek reference tribble. But actually, if anybody grew up with a, what are they called? Is it Dairy Queen? Oh no, Friendlies. Friendlies had had like a milkshake called the tribble. Thank you kindly for the applause, Mark Rides. It looks like Chip has a oh math. Dairy Queen. All right. Did Dairy Queen have the tribble? All right. It was somebody's. I thought it was Friendlies, but maybe it is Dairy Queen. In either case, or maybe they both had a tribble. Who knows? All right. Okay. Let's see. First things first. Let me. I have to take some jokers out because we don't want jokers for this trick. And then, okay. There we go. I hadn't heard that one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the triple. All right, hold on. This is gonna bother me now. Let me just quickly search Tribble milkshake. Tribble milkshake. Oh, well, it's. Let's see. Almost famous milkshake from. Nope, that doesn't tell me. You know, none of these tell me the place. I am getting all the Star Trek references though. All right. Oh, wait, it appears that it was a fribble. Malhaku, you are right. It is a fribble. Never mind. Human memory is poor, and mine is that. So, very close. Fribble. Can we do it with tarot? Oh, can we do it with tarot? I don't know if we can. Hold on. Let me see what tarot decks I have. And then I do see the clear plastic card redeemed from Charlie, but I haven't gotten to. Sounds like something from Star Trek. I mean, a tribble is from Star, but a fribble, I guess, might not be. Sounds like so. All right. Oh man, I don't want to collapse everything over here. I just have like a bunch of boxes stacked on things. All right. For anybody who doesn't know, I do have a bunch of tarot decks. I can pull them out just to see, but I don't know if I can do this with tarot decks. This particular trick, anyway. Um. Oh Lord. No, I don't have. I don't have. I do not have. All right. But anyway, if anybody's interested in seeing the tarot decks later, I can pull them out. We can take a look. But all right. So for the time being, trouble with a dribbles milkshake. Trouble with fribbles milkshake. All right. Okay. Okay. So here we go. First things first. We have a deck. I'm just gonna go ahead and spread these out. And who selected this trick? Chan. If you would like, go ahead and select a card. If you are on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen we should see a heat map. What about with Uno then? Yeah, no, not the. There are tricks I can do with Uno. This is not one of them. So, and I'll explain why at the end of the trick. But if you've seen this trick before, then you know. Also, if anybody's been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Is my heat map on? Is it on? I think it's on, right? Interact. Let me click on my own. Okay, all right. Okay, that works for me. Is there anybody else that would like to click directly on the screen? Select a card. Feel free. Up to you. I don't want to force anybody to, because then this makes it seem like maybe less genuine. Okay, going once, going twice, and all right. We'll just randomly select a card. It doesn't matter that I know. Oh, are you guys? I'm not sure it's working. It's not working? That's so weird. All right, let me refresh the source. Properties. All right, refresh, hit OK. All right. Okay. Try clicking now. If for anybody who actually somebody wait, whose heat map is this? That one's not me. That one work? Me? Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Well, my apologies, guys. So everything from my end appeared like it was working, but that's weird. I even tested it from my own source, but I guess I can see my own stuff. All right. So I think this is the one that was selected. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to have this be the selection. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, turn my head, cough, and then I'm going to reveal this to stream. You guys take a look, make sure you know what it is. I'll give you guys a second. Okay, I'm going to turn it back down, face down. I'm going to open my eyes, turn my head back, uncough. I don't even know what an uncough would sound like. Clicked again, still didn't work. Oh, that's interesting. All right, I'm glad we got it. Excellent. That's so weird. Why is heat map not working all of a sudden? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and lose this into the deck. So here we go. And now we're going to go ahead and make it blush. All right, selection. You are the hottest card in the deck. I want to see your whole face. All right, so now if I spread through the deck, hopefully I made the card blush because, there we go. So look, every other card still blue except for this one. All right. Okay, guys, it's okay to tell me which card it is now. Which card was the selection? The four of spades? Okay, because look, the four of spades is the one that blushed. Now, I know that we did, we just made one card blush. So let's go ahead and try and make another card blush. So once again, let me just refresh the heat map source again, just so that everything's delicious. Okay. Okay, let's actually, here, I'll just messily spread these out. Okay, somebody, if you could try and click on the heat map again, and let's see if it works. Okay, all right, so it looks as though here, all right, I saw this one first. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and have a second card get selected, and so I'm going to, once again, close my eyes, turn my head, cough. I will show that to stream. Hopefully you can see that card. I know that occasionally there's glare, that's why I'm kind of moving it around. But okay, I'm going to turn this face down, open my eyes, turn my head back, uncough. Ah, thank you for all the heat maps, everybody. Delicious. All right. Delicious. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and lose that card into the deck, and I'm not holding any breaks. I don't know where it is, but I'm now gonna say, "Hey, card. That was the second selection of chat. I think you're very attractive, and I would like to take you home with me." All right. Okay. Hopefully that it made the card blush. To be fair, I think that could have been a little offensive, but I apologize. I apologize. All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, maybe it didn't. Oh, okay. Sorry, I think I was a little too offensive. Maybe it didn't make it blush. Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? Sometimes when I mess up a trick, we have to bring out the true magical talent of the stream. So, as we all know, I'm just a puppet, and I'll show you the true magical talent of the stream right now. It is our dear friend, the Deck Sock. Here you go, Deck Sock. Thanks for all those emotes, Chen. Chen was ready for the Deck Sock emotes. Here's the Deck Sock. All right, Deck Sock. Can you go ahead and make our spectator's second selection turn red? Oh, look at that lovely caress with the with the Deck Sock. There you go. All right. Okay, Deck Sock. Charlie's Beats and Goomba has also got the Deck Socks. Excellent. Huh. I'm not. Hey guys. Go ahead and tell me what the second selection was. Eight of spades, says Chan the Magic Man. Well, wait, there's only one card that's red, and I thought it was the four of spades. But actually, if we take a look, because the deck sock touched it, it's actually the eight of spades. Thank you so much, deck sock. You know what? I could not sway the eight of spades, but you know what? Guess who's going home with the deck sock tonight? Here we go. Ta-da! All right. And that, my friends, is the Chicago opener themed as making a card blush and anti-wingman deck sock style. Man, it must be late. I don't normally have plots like that. But that was funny. I thought it was funny. Hopefully you guys thought it was funny. Anti-wingman, yeah. That's Is that how so for example, let me just go back to like old culture where there was like people who are wingmen. So the wingman is supposed to help the main person uh, get a date or a one night stand, however that's supposed to work, right? But if the wingman gets the date or one night stand, is that really an anti wingman? Like that's that's I feel like that's what it should be, right? If that's not what it is. Um, let's see here. Yeah. So I don't know. Look, English is a living language. We can make up whatever words we want. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Should we do last call? Yeah. So I'm thinking about wrapping up stream in about 20 minutes or so. So if anybody wants to request, feel free. Go ahead. Queue's empty right now, so it's good time. Um, and then as per usual, when we end stream, I always like to have at least a finale trick. I also don't like to mess up a finale trick, so if I do, we'll do another trick until I get a finale trick right. I don't want to jinx it. I'm usually okay for the finale trick, but it has been known. There was this one night on stream where I messed up like 3 finale tricks, I think, in a row, and so I was like, come on. Oh man. Oh, so okay, a couple of things that we did not bring back earlier that we said we were going to. All right, first things first. For those of you who have not seen the triangle deck, this is the triangle deck of cards. And so here's what a card looks like. And the shape of this is weird, and as you guys can imagine, it is really ridiculous to do sleights with. Yes, we even have a triangle card emote. So there you go. But the nice thing is that it's symmetrical in that all of the corners have an index. Face cards look a little bit weird because I mean I guess face cards that are normal cards look a little weird because there's two heads, but like now there's three heads. So let's see what else. What happened to sound? That's cool design. Oh, is it just me? Hold on, can you guys hear me? I think my mic is still working. Hold on, let me unmute
Still
my
working.
own stream.
Hold
Okay, I
on.
heard
Let
myself
me.
talk, so I think I'm still going. I can hear him. All right, cool, awesome. So, okay, yeah. All right. Other cards that we did some shenanigans with earlier was the air decks. So if you guys have not seen the air deck, it is literally half of the size of a card, but like in the vertical direction. So like, um, here's the a regular poker-sized card, and this is basically half of it, but this way. And so there you go. These are extra slippery and super thin, and so doing slides with them is a little bit tough. But we did do one earlier, so that was cool. And then, oh, also I said that we were going to talk about. So okay, so not I'm not quite. You guys understand the concept of I have a blue deck and then there's a red card in it. I would need to have decks of the same size. So the reason why I couldn't do that last trick with tarot cards is that I would basically need two different decks of tarot cards that are the exact same size. And I have a shoebox with all my tarot decks in it. So we can just take a quick look at those if you guys are interested. But I don't have two decks, I think, that are the same exact size. And so that would not work. But I have a steampunk tarot deck. And we've shown this off on stream before. But oh, for anybody who's interested, I do have some redeems where I try and use different like decks of cards, and tarot deck is one of them. Magic the Gathering cards, I'll do tricks with Magic the Gathering cards as well. So here's what the tarot decks, here's what the steampunk tarot deck looks like. We can go into the. I've used this a few times on stream, especially around Halloween. I think it was a good time for this. Here's what the back looks like. There you go. And then another tarot deck that I had is this one. This one is bigger in size. Oh, and I just realized we still have Charlie's Beats clear plastic card redeem as well, so we're gonna have to do that. And so we have this, and these are minus the instructions, a little bit bigger, slightly more cumbersome to handle, but at least these are like manageable. So let's see here. And then I have this. I recently got this because I was like, oh, it was like the Amazon sale. But these are shiny. Oh, guys, for anybody who's a fan of Balatro, I pre-ordered the Balatro deck from Fangamer, and so that's actually coming in the mail hopefully tomorrow. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I should use some of these, and I can make like a Balatro magic trick with like the actual Balatro cards. And I have enough tarot decks to basically so like yeah, the Magician is like one of them. Let me see, the Emperor is another one. So yeah, we can conceivably do some shenanigans. And so I want to make some Balatro magic tricks. But that's the plan. Let's see here. And then I have a couple of decks that are not like the typical tarot deck. So like these are big. And these have like a gold border. But these are all like abstract kind of like either places or things with like a fantasy or like an adventure. The Enchanted Map is what this one's called. So yeah, if anybody doesn't know, a standard tarot deck, there's the 50. It's 56 cards because there's four suits, and then there's 14 like ranks to them. And then there's the 21 or 22 major arcana, which are like, the magician, the emperor, all those. And that's a typical standard tarot deck. So for those that are not, those are like, this one only has like this many cards. It's like not enough tarot cards. So not a real full standard tarot deck. It's a different kind of tarot deck. All right. Okay. I got a couple more, but we won't. I just realized because now we're gonna have to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do for Charlie's clear plastic card redeem, and then we can probably end it after that. Where did I put the cover? Over here. Oh wait, was this in the wrong place? Will this fit? Okay, much better. I'm like, wait, these fit before I shove these in there. Okay. Oh, excellent. Countdown packet. Oh, can I do countdown packet with clear cards? All right, we're going to try it. I think this might be doable. All right, so for those of you who have never seen this deck before, here is the clear plastic cards. So these are plastic, but they're clear in that you can see through some of them. So here, you guys can take a look. Let me just grab a handful of these so I can prepare for the trick. I won't need all of these, but... okay, all right. So anyway, all right. So yeah, some people think that it's pretty cool that I'll use these because sometimes you might be able to like see something. I'm like, oh god. So pressure is high sometimes when I'm using these. But I'm gonna try and do my prep off camera, and hopefully everything will be okay. So first order of business is make sure these are all okay, and then doing that, this, and that. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I've never done this trick with plastic cards before, with clear plastic cards. So hopefully it's going to end up okay. But let me see here. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so here we've got the 4 4s. Actually, here's the thing. This might be a little bit confusing because they're a little bit see-through, but here's the countdown. That's a very cool deck too. Love these different ones. Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, I love trying to do. I challenge myself with like different cards and different sizes of cards because most magicians probably wouldn't even bother. But I'm like, all right, I'm just doing it for the fun of it. But also I get the benefit of like theming it differently. So like I'll do magic tricks with Magic the Gathering cards, and so I can like reference Magic the Gathering stuff. Anyway, all right. So here's the thing: we have 4 cards in this pile, but we don't need to check every single card. We could literally just check any card in the pile because they're all 4, and so that's what all of these are because they're all 4. But if I was to go ahead and I take one of these away like this, so now I have 3 cards in this pile. And if I show you, if we take a look at any of the cards, there's a 3, there's a 3, and there's a 3. But now if I remove a 3, there's actually only, 2 cards in the pile. And we can look at any one of those and they'll say 2. But if I go ahead and I remove a 2, then there's only 1 card left, and that's represented by the number 1, which is represented by aces. And so if we take a look at this one, it is an ace. I think that looked pretty clean with the clear cards, right? I think that looked okay. I think that was good. Let's see. Goomba says that's a very cool deck. Awesome. And I am the king of your stream. Welcome in. I'm the king of your stream. The guy that does magic. I mean, thanks. I'm that guy. Make money fall out of your hands. I can only do card magic. And so, unfortunately, the best thing that I can do um, is not much. So, look, here, watch. Ready? I have a deck of cards in my hand right here. But look, I'll make it rain. Here we go. There's money. All right, there we go. That was great with the clear deck.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm the king of your stream. Thank you so much for the mind blown. And thank you kindly for the claps. Goomba, Charlie, double tribble. Thanks for the giggle, Goomba. I laughed on the inside and a little bit on the outside. All right, cool. So we made it rain. All right, excellent. And then let's see. I'm not sure if I feel like that was enough with the clear deck. So let's do one more with the clear deck, and then so this one I can openly set up for. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a trick called oil and water because we're going to simulate oil and water. The red cards and the black cards will be different, so hopefully you would not mix up any of these red face cards with any of these black spot cards. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the red face cards face down, and then we have the black spot cards over here. I'm going to go ahead and intermix them right here. Okay, so here we go. Black, red. I just realized this is probably going to be very difficult to see a little bit, but here. Black, red. We should go slower. Black, red, black, and red. We just push them together, give it a second. Now, I don't know if you can, if we take a look at the bottom card, that's a black card. If we take a look at the top card, that's a red card. But actually, all of the red cards have floated back up to the top. And all of the black cards have sunken down to the bottom. Some people are like, whoa, 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 that's not fair. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We'll do it again. It's okay. Now you know what you're watching for. And the cards are clear. So, but maybe that last time you thought, okay, well, I started with a black card. And so you were able to see that the black sunk down to the bottom. So maybe that's not as impressive as instead if I start with a red card. So let's start with the red card. Red, black, red, black, red, black, red, black. Now if we just give it a couple of seconds, the cards have separated. I could end this act as though it was a comedy routine right here, but it would be more impressive if I was able to show you that they actually separated, not just the fact that I slid it over. So if you believe in logic, I started with a red one. But if you believe in the simulation, they've already separated. So if you take a look at this top one, this one is red. If you take a look at the bottom one, this one is black. Top one, red. Bottom one, black. Top one, red. Bottom one, black. Top one, red. Bottom one, black. And that, my friends, is oil and water with clear plastic cards. Okay, all right. Now I feel good about the clear plastic card redeem. Thank you for that redeem, Charlie. Always appreciate it. Thank you. Always keeping me on my toes because these are not easy to handle. um, oh yeah, let me do a trick with the clear plastic cards that you should not do with the clear plastic cards. But that's okay. I've messed this trick up on stream 50 bajillion times, so I don't think I'm giving anything away. All right, so here we have a five of hearts, but look, it is changed to a jack of clubs. All right, if you guys saw anything, awesome. If not, no worries. All right, there you go. Okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie, E-Room, Goomba, Double Triple. Thank you so much. All right. And so with that, let me figure out what I want to do as a finale. You know what? I haven't done this one in a while, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Or at least it feels like I haven't, so. All right, we're going to close the queue. Yeah, it's about the time that I would want to end anyway. So we're going to close the queue. I'm going to go ahead and put in my choice for the finale. I love showing this trick to new people if they haven't seen it before, because the effect is very strong. It's super fun to perform when I don't mess it up. And then now, before we do the trick, we got to say thank you. So thank you so much to everybody who came out and hang out with me tonight. It started out as a slow night, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's okay, and use it to practice. And then like we got a raid, and then everybody came in, and then like so. And then there was a hype train. So thank you so much. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream. So whether you requested a trick, chatted in chat, did any redeem sound alerts, anything. Um, Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. Thank you to all the lurkers out there, because magic, one of the rare art forms where if I'm just practicing magic at home, there's actually no magic happening. It's kind of funny. Thank you to everybody today. Thank you for all the new follows. We got a bunch of new follows for the first time in like a long time. So thank you, Suga, Linny, BB the Goat, Kevin's Cafe Live, the Night Angel. Thank you for the raid, BB the Goat. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Pillbilly, welcome in. How's it going? Just stopping by to say hi. Thanks for stopping in, Pillbilly. Greatly appreciate it. Um, Thank you to everybody who gave me support today. Thank you so much for the anonymous gifter. Thank you so much for the gift subs, Mark Rides and Malhaku. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate it. Um, Thanks for the hype train. We had a hype train where I was doing magic for at least like I think 8 minutes, right? Like 8 solid minutes. And thank you so much for the resub, Chan the Magic Man. So thank you guys so much. Guys, if you're not following all of our friends and mods, please follow all of our friends and mods. Give them some mod love. So we did see the Rusty Panda earlier. The Rusty Panda is a streamer as well. Does magic. Does an interview stream on Wednesdays called Wiki Wednesdays. So definitely give the Rusty Panda a follow. Also, the Rusty Panda is a mod for all of Magic Twitch, as far as we know. So um, guys are not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man is also a magician, also does magic on stream. Normally we'll do magic on Monday nights. If you catch Chan doing other things, other nights, he does community games. He will sometimes do in real life streams. Also, he's been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. So if anybody wants to catch Chan, definitely give Chan a follow. If you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens, pianist, but also a composer, also recently has released his first album, which, if anybody liked the Hype Train music, there is a full ensemble version of that song on the album. So definitely check it out. If you follow that Linktree Ungilded, you'll see you can basically listen to it for free on like all the streaming services. So check it out. Um, And then let's see. For anybody who is curious about, whether I signed any deals with the devil or I do black magic or sorcery, it is none of those things. Everything that you see here is sleight of hand magic. And if you still believe that it is Real magic, perfect cover story. I wouldn't have to explain it anyway. You could theoretically play the album version now during the hype train. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, GipsonLens. I was actually thinking if, actually, I won't share on stream, but let me chat with you separately because I was thinking about when I change my stream next to do something a little bit different. And let me see if you have any ideas, but we'll chat offline about it. So, um, but it is related to the hype train music, so that's where this is. It's gonna tie back in. All right. Um, Let's see what else. All right, and once again, everybody, if you are interested in seeing more of me, I have this really strange schedule of just streaming Sunday nights for Sleight of Hand Magic. So if you catch me other times, I might be playing games, but I'm not usually streaming as often as I'd like, honestly. But if you want to see more of me, you can check out my YouTube channel. I have over 300 Magic performances on my YouTube channel, and all my VODs end up fall off retention end up usually pretty much on this playlist. The VODs are not searchable, but they are all publicly accessible, unlisted. So you have to go through this playlist. Malaku says, "Nam may or may not be a witch, but that has nothing to do with what he does on stream." This is Malaku. Thank you, Malaku. I'll take that as a compliment. He's a witch. When you accuse me of being a witch, you have to have like an eye twitch and like one eye open and one eye closed. He's a witch. Otherwise, it's not good, right? All right. All right, cool. And then besides that, oh, a bit of drool helps. Yes, yeah, that's right. He's a witch and a drool coming out. All right. Okay. So, and all right. So let's get ready for our last trick, and then we can go from there, and then we'll find somebody to raid if I don't have to redo a trick. All right. Awesome. So. Okay, guys, this is a trick called Picasso Aces. So first things first, I'm holding a bunch of aces, hence the name Picasso Aces. Otherwise, it wouldn't be as impressive. But anyway, I want to show you that we have a blue back deck here. Now, these aces did not come from this deck, which is why I separated them. So I just want to show you that these aces actually all have red backs. So here we have red back ace of hearts, red back ace of clubs, red back ace of diamonds, and a red backed ace of spades. Now, with all four of these aces, I want to collect them all together by the end of the trick. Okay, but we want to do it in a very magical way, and so we're not allowed to just like move them around together, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and lay these out, and we're going to go ahead and leave the ace of spades up here separately. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cover each one of these with 3 other cards. So let's go ahead and do that now. And then let's square these up. And let's go ahead and show you that we still see that we have our ace over here. But all we have to do is swap the ace, not physically, but like spiritually, with just a blue back card over there. Because now, if I show you, all of these cards are blue backed, and none of them are aces. And before we knew that there was one red ace in here, but now look, we have blue, red, red, and blue. So 2 and 2, excellent. So now once again, we can still see that there's the ace here, right? And we can still see it up until the moment when I swap it. Not physically, but ethereally with one of the blue cards from that pile. Because look, if I show you, now all of these are blue backed and none of them are aces. And now if we take a look, before there were 2 and 2, right? So now should be 3 red And look at that. We now have 3 red. And now last one. Some people believe that there's some shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say you are totally watching a sleight of hand card magic stream. So of course there's shenanigans, but you can still see that the red back card and the ace is there, because if I go ahead and I place the ace here into the middle of this packet, right, you'll still be able to tell that the ace is there from the back because you can see the red card there. You can also still see it from the front because you can see it from the face, right? But look, all I have to do is swap it, not physically, just digitally with the blue back card that's in there. Because now look, if I show you, now all the cards are blue backed. And if we look at the faces, none of them are aces. And now if we take a look at the final pile here, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 red backed aces. The ace of diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale of Picasso aces. Whew. You know, I was thinking that I was doing that slower than normal, but like I remember trying to rush through it, and like that's when I messed it up. I was like, okay, but that was good. That was good. I don't think yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps. Goomba, Charlie's Beats, E-Room, Double Tribble, GipsonLens. Thank you so much for all the claps. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite tricks. I was I was embarrassed to mess it up, not because I'm embarrassed of like messing up, but it was because like I should know that trick better, like when I did. But now I think it's good. I'll try not to mess it up again. All right. So, with that, let's see who's on to find somebody to raid. Let's see here. I know we have some of the usual suspects on, and then let's see, there will be some. Is there anybody that we haven't raided before that I want to raid? Let's see. This is always a tough choice, right? Because it's like, where do I go? Huh. Have we, hold on, let me refer to my spreadsheet. Yes, I have a streaming spreadsheet. Because, you know, if I didn't, how could I make all of my important streaming decisions, right? Like, all right, let me see. Have we ever rated this person? Never that person. How about this other person? We have once. All right, how about... Oh, actually, it's been a while since... Oh, they're playing Jackbox games. Let me see. We've rated this person once. You know, I think maybe we can... A raid spreadsheet. Oh, it's not just a raid spreadsheet. It's a streaming spreadsheet. So, all right. You know what? Oh, actually, have I rated this person in a long time? Oh, actually, I've never rated this person. Oh, sorry guys, it's so tough. All right. You know what? Okay, let me see how long they've been going. So, I met this person at TwitchCon. Oh, okay, we've never raided her. All right, we're actually going to raid over here instead. All right, okay. All right, guys. So today we're going to raid Fariha. So Let me see here. I met her at TwitchCon, Vegas. I showed her a trick, got a selfie with her. I'd seen her a couple of times on stream. I don't. Well, lately I haven't really been hanging out on streams that much, but this is a good opportunity to raid her because I don't think she's normally streaming at this time. So if anybody wants to come along on the raid, there's a couple of raid calls, and here is the raid. So here we go. All right, everybody. Goomba, thank you for the stream, Nam. Great to catch you today. Awesome. Thank you so much, Goomba, for coming in and hanging out. Thank you so much for the emotes. Remember, great seeing everybody. Everybody take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. And of course, remember to get good sleep. So, otherwise, great seeing everybody tonight. And also, hopefully, we'll see you around next time. And take care. All right. So the raid is now ready. So we're going to send it. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.